2022 will be as beautiful and brilliant as you allow it to be. And not just 2022, but any new venture, experience, season in your life is as beautiful and brilliant as you allow it to be. That is how powerful you are. You have the power to decide how you respond to life and how life transforms you, how life impacts you. Reclaiming my power has been one of the biggest things that I have invested my time and energy into, and really exploring what that looks like. So in this video, I'm not going to tell you what you should do or what you have to do, but I'm going to encourage you as a friend. I'm going to give you 22 encouragements for 2022 to assist you in reclaiming your power. And this reflects and manifests and shows up in many different ways. But I fully believe that when we begin practicing with conscious awareness to reclaim our power, to step into our power, in intentionally and mindfully responding to life and choosing how we allow life and the way that life unfolds before us to impact us, to influence us, is one of the most life-changing and worthy investments that we can make with our time and energy. So here are 22 encouragements for 2022. 1, I encourage you to encourage yourself. The most important person to be there for you, to show up for you, to believe in you, to support you, to encourage you is yourself. As long as you got you, as long as you believe in you, you support you, you show up for you, you encourage you, you can overcome and achieve anything in this life. It might feel awkward if you're not used to giving yourself pep talks, but get used to it because you deserve to show up for you. You deserve to be able to count on you, to encourage you in all moments and all seasons of life. 2, I encourage you to be proud of your efforts. We are so accustomed to being so hard on ourselves. You are trying your best. Your efforts are worthy of acknowledgement, appreciation, and celebration. Please, I encourage you to be proud of yourself for your efforts, for all the ways that you do show up for yourself, for all the ways that you are trying to improve yourself, to get further in life, to heal. Even if the progression isn't going the way that you want, you're still showing up for you by putting in effort. Be proud of yourself. 3, I encourage you to take more deep breaths throughout the day, in the beginning of the day, at the end of the day. Take more deep breaths. Allow the consciousness of you taking a deep breath, even if it's just one, to bring you back to the present moment. For me, taking deep breaths has really, really been the thing to assist me in bringing me back to the present moment. When you bring your conscious awareness to your breath, it serves as a portal to bring you back to the now moment. And not only that, but it also strengthens your relationship with your body. tuning into your body and how your body is feeling. We are also so accustomed to very shallow breathing. There's so much potential for us to not only expand in our lives, but also expand in our lungs. So don't only use the deep breath to assist you in bringing you back to the present moment, but also to assist you in your expansion. 4, I encourage you to drink more water. Y'all, hydration is key, okay? When we are hydrated within our bodies, we are hydrated in all other areas of our lives. And I fully believe that, okay? Us not being hydrated impacts us in more ways than one. Not only in our focus, in our energy, but also in our ability to respond to life mindfully. Please make it a habit to hydrate more, to have a canteen around you, taking sips throughout the day, and not get to the point where you're thirsty. If we get to the point where we're feeling thirsty, then that is already a signal that we are feeling dehydrated. I encourage you to drink more water. 5, I encourage you to express gratitude daily. There's so much I can say about the power of gratitude, but one power that I will share with you now is that it shifts your mindset from one of lack to one of abundance. You focus less on what you don't have, and you amplify what it is that you do have. And when you amplify your focus on all the blessings that you have, on all it is that you feel grateful for, you are beginning to embody abundance and therefore attracting more abundance into your life. 6, I encourage you to actively listen. Don't just hear life happening around you and within you. Really actively listen. When you are having a conversation with someone, be all there in the conversation. Really listen to what the person is saying. Not only listening actively in conversation, but also listen to, again, the life happening around you on a daily basis, as well as within you. Actively listen to your body, what your body is communicating to you every single day. 7, I encourage you to spend more time outdoors. This is going to assist you in remaining centered and grounded, and also in calming your nervous system. It is not in our human nature to not be in nature. If you feel like you don't have access to hiking trails or lakes or beaches or anything like that, take note of the nature that does exist within your city, within your neighborhood. Go for a walk and really acknowledge the trees, the flowers, the bushes, the gardens that your neighbors have. Acknowledge the birds, the sky, the wind, the sun, the moon. Spend more time, quality time, outdoors and in nature. 8, I encourage you to stretch after you wake up. We don't realize how much dormant energy remains stored in our bodies when we don't move our bodies. And when we stretch after waking up, after spending however many hours we spent laying in bed in just a very restful, inactive position, when we wake up and stretch, we're not only waking up our bodies, but we're waking up our spirits, we're waking up our minds, and we're making more space. We are circulating that energy that is dormant, that is blocked, that is stagnant. And stretching not only stretches the muscles, but it stretches the limits that we have energetically. So think of stretching in the beginning of the day as expanding and making more space to receive, and to allow life force energy to flow through you. 9, I encourage you to be more intentional. And one simple way that you can do this is by simply asking yourself why. Why are you having this meal? You are having this meal to intentionally nourish and energize your body. Why are you sending this email? You are sending this email because you intend to attract an opportunity that aligns with your purpose. Simply take a moment to ask yourself why it is that you are doing something, why it is that you are investing your time and energy into something. And that will emphasize the intentionality of your life. 10, I encourage you to visualize and write down your ideas, and to take it a step further. Make your visualizations and your note taking very specific. Make them detailed. Really get into the 5 senses of your ideas. What do they look like? What do they feel like? What do they sound like? What do they taste like? What do they smell like? Take more time really visualizing your ideas so that your energy can match the vibration of that vision. And writing your ideas down is already you making that step into manifesting them, into bringing them to life. 11, I encourage you to spend more time in solitude. Spend more time, quality time with yourself, with your own energy, as this will help you really determine what energy, what emotions, what thoughts belong to you and don't belong to you. This will bring you closer to your most true and authentic self. Spend more time in solitude. 12, I encourage you to eat more fruits and vegetables. Bringing in more color into your plate brings in more color to your energy and your life. That sounds very cheesy, but it's very true. We need to wake up to the truth that food really is medicine. Food is where we are intaking energy from. The food we eat largely impacts our energy. Eat more foods that naturally absorb the sun and rise from the ground, and you will then also be absorbing the energy of the sun and the earth, and you will notice the difference in your own vibrancy and energy. 13, I encourage you to honor your conscious awareness. In other words, if you know better, you do better. Honor your growth. When you've learned a lesson in your life, really uphold that lesson that you've learned. Affirm that you do not need to repeat that cycle. You do not need to learn that lesson again and again. Honor your conscious awareness. If you've reached this level of conscious awareness, be at that level of conscious awareness and continue to ascend by learning new lessons, stepping into new cycles. And a part of making that your truth is honoring the conscious awareness that you've already ascended into, honoring the growth that you've already experienced. 14, I encourage you to pause more often. Pause before reacting so that you can respond mindfully and intentionally. Pause before a meal to give thanks to that meal. Pause before starting your day to really acknowledge the blessing that you've been gifted another day. Pause so that you give yourself time to process what it is that you are feeling. Take more time to pause. 15, I encourage you to keep your promises to yourself. So many of us have trust issues with ourselves because we break the promises that we make with ourselves. We say we're going to do something and then we don't do it again and again and again. And then consciously or subconsciously, we start believing that we can't trust ourselves. We can't trust our decision making. And in large part, that happens because we make all of these promises that we know we can't uphold. We make ourselves responsible for too many things. Don't pressure or burden yourself with so many promises. Take it easy. Take it slow. Make promises intentionally and mindfully and realistically. And work on regaining, rebuilding, re-strengthening that trust within yourself. You deserve to keep the promises and uphold to the promises you make to yourself. 16, I encourage you to set boundaries with your phone. Y'all, you do not want to look back at your life and see that most of your days were spent scrolling or glued to a screen. Life is too beautiful for that. Life is happening all around you every single day that you are on your phone. And not only that, we need to be aware of how the energies that we are subscribing to on our phones, on our feeds, are impacting our own energies. They're influencing our own states of being, of thinking and feeling. Set boundaries with your phone and go live the life that is happening around you. 17, I encourage you to focus on what you can control. I know this is a lesson that so many of us have been learning over the past couple of years, realizing that we can't control everything, that we don't have control over everything, and nor should we want to have control over everything. But let's continue to really place our focus on what it is that we do have control of. And when we realize that we don't have control over something, may we surrender that. May we really surrender to that truth and not burden ourselves with the responsibility of changing something we ultimately cannot change, of controlling something we ultimately cannot control. 18, I encourage you to journal your thoughts and emotions. I know not all of us are used to really expressing our thoughts on the page, and many of us aren't even used to really putting pen to paper anymore because we're so used to typing on keyboards. But when you put your feelings and thoughts on the page, you allow them to exist outside of your body. You give them a place outside of you to exist and to no longer take up space within you. And it really assists us in processing our thoughts and emotions. When we allow them to exist outside of our minds and our bodies, we are then able to really take the seat of the observer and really assess, analyze, reflect on what it is that we are feeling. So journaling your thoughts and emotions really, really is such a powerful tool in assisting you in processing what you're thinking and what you're feeling without embodying them and identifying with them. 19, I encourage you to invest more of your time and energy into learning. The knowledge that we have is one of the greatest assets that we will ever have. Invest more of your time and energy into expanding your knowledge, expanding your conscious awareness. Learn new things. This will highly, highly benefit you and is such a great investment of your time and energy. 20. I encourage you to fixate less on the destination. When we are so fixated on the destination, we are missing out on all the beauty that is happening within the journey, all the lessons that are available to us in the journey, all the ways that the journey that is happening to us right now, that is unfolding before us right now, is assisting our growth. When we are so fixated on arriving to a certain point, when we are so fixated on the future, on again the destination, we are missing out on life right now. We are missing out on the miracles taking place right now. We are missing out on the beauty that's around us right now. And we also create so much pressure from being fixated on the destination, because all we want to do, all we're focusing on is arriving. I encourage you to fixate less on the destination and enjoy the journey right now. 21. I encourage you to accept life as a practice, because that is the truth. All of life is a practice if you really think about it. Our wellness is a practice. Healthy relationships are a practice. Elevating your vibration is a practice. Manifesting your dream life is a practice. Accept life as a practice, and not only will you release the burden, the pressure of all these unrealistic expectations that you place on yourself, but you also manifest having more grace for yourself and the journey. 22. I encourage you to get out of your head and into your heart. And one way that you can do this is by asking yourself if a decision that you are making is love-based or fear-based. A lot of the times we think that our heart is deceiving us, is leading us astray. But my friends, that is our mind. That is our head. Our head is the one that is easily influenced by the world, by external circumstances. The heart only knows love. Have more conversations with your heart. And that, my friends, are 22 of the many ways that we can reclaim our power, step into our power, not only in 2022, but in all seasons, all experiences, all ventures of life. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and that this video not only encourages you and inspires you and uplifts you in this moment, but throughout the year. Feel free to revisit this video whenever it is that you feel like you need an encouragement, a gentle reminder, and share this video with your loved ones as an encouragement for them as well. Again, 2022 and all life is as beautiful and brilliant as you allow it to be. You are powerful. And one of the best things that you have control of is how you respond to life and how you allow life to influence you, to impact you, and to change you. You have the power to decide that. And I hope these encouragements remind you of this. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful to have been brought into your present moment, and I'm sending you so much peace and blessings. Bye.